Okay guys, so we're going to be talking about how to find the area and perimeter of polygons today. So the first thing that I need you guys to know though is that each polygon, regular polygon, has something that's called the apothem. So this line right here from the origin to one of the sides is called the apothem. Now what the apothem is it basically is the height of the triangles that make up a regular polygon. So if we look, what that means is if I were to go and create a whole bunch of triangles inside this hexagon that I have right here, I would end up getting 6 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles, and the height of each triangle, like that, is the apothem. And we use the apothem to find the area of a polygon. So now we're going to discuss how we go about doing that. Now there were 2 formulas that we talked about in class. So the first one was our formula for perimeter. So we said perimeter was the length of one side of a polygon times the number of sides that it had. And we said L was equal to length and N equaled number of sides. The other formula that we talked about was for area. So we have A for area, and we said that that was length times the number of sides times the apothem, which we represented by little a, divided by 2. So little a equals the apothem. These 2 formulas together will help you find the perimeter and area of any polygon. So if we look right here, I need you guys to know what a pentagon, a hexagon, an octagon, a nonagon, and a decagon are. So if we start off with the first polygon, we have a pentagon. Penta comes from the Greek word meaning 5, so we know it has 5 sides. Now they told us that the measure of this polygon, so of one side, was 6. So if we want to find the perimeter in centimeters and area in centimeters squared, we would go our length, which is 6, times our number of sides, which is 5, and that would give us 30 centimeters. That's it. That right there gave us our formula for perimeter. Now if we wanted area, we would basically just go 5, our number of sides, times our length, times our apothem, which was that height of that isosceles triangle inside our polygon, so 4.1, divided by 2, and that'll give us 61.5 centimeters squared. That's it. That's all we need to do. So if we look, we have a hexagon. Hexa comes from the Greek word for 6. So we end up having 6. And again, we do the same thing that we did before. We know our perimeter is length times number of sides. So 6 times 9 gives us 54 centimeters. And if we look, we do the exact same thing, where we would go our number of sides times our length times our apothem, in this case it's 10.9, divide the whole thing by 2, and that gives us 392.4 centimeters squared. Centimeters squared. That's all we need to do. So if we continue on, we have our octagon. Now at this point, I suggest you guys maybe pause the video and try and use the formulas to solve the rest of these. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to fill these in. So pause the video, use the formulas at the top to find the area and the perimeter of an octagon, a nonagon, and a decagon. And if you pause it now, when you press play, I will have the rest of the answers. So hit pause now. Okay guys, so if you look, if we have an octagon, we know an octagon, octa is 8. There was that whole TV show with Octomom, so we know it's going to be 8. So with our octagon we have 8, and if we go and follow our formula, 8 times 8 is going to give us 64. And if we go through the rest of the formula, where we go our number of sides times our measure of one side times the apothem divided by 2, that's going to give us 256.6 centimeters squared. And if we just keep going, if we decide we want to go with a nonagon, so a nonagon comes from the Latin, which is going to give us 9. We're going to go same thing, 9 times 4, which is going to give us 36 centimeters for our perimeter. And we would just go 9 times 4 times 6.8 divided by 2, and that's going to give us 122.4 centimeters squared for our area of a nonagon. Our last shape is going to be a decagon, which is 10-sided. Same thing, 10 times 5 is going to give us 50 centimeters for our perimeter, following our length times number of sides. And then if we just go multiply 10 times 5 times 4.3, which is our apothem, which is part of our formula up here, divide the whole thing by 2, we get 107.5 centimeters squared. All area, remember, is in centimeters squared. So I hope this video helps you guys figure out how to find the area and perimeter of a polygon. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in class. Take care.